Hey everybody, Collin Daniels here from Red Treasure. Sitting here in my apartment in Los Angeles, and I had a conversation with my new friend Nikki on our band's Instagram page today, and I'm just mentioning it because if we hadn't had this conversation, it wouldn't have come out, but it wasn't something that I was directly responding to that she said, but something she said triggered something, and I just wanted to share it. And it's about the concept of making it, like making it. I do both air quotes, but I got one hand on the camera here. Because I feel like a lot of people who want to be successful artists, like actors, musicians, music producers, painters, dancers, like there's this concept of making it. And I'm not saying that there's not such a thing as being successful, you know, like financially, professionally, and there's different levels to that. I fully acknowledge that, but I feel like what gets me upset when people use the term making it, and again, this is not, Nikki wasn't, she used those words, but she wasn't using them the way I thought she was gonna use, thought she was using them. It's like a text, Instagram DM misunderstanding on my part. But it got me to go on this jag in our DM thread, and I was like, this is a really good jag, like I feel like I should share this. Because I just want to, if any of my experience to this point in life can help somebody else, I just want to offer it out in case it's helpful. So what drives me crazy is that I've seen so many of my artistic acquaintances, colleagues, friends, give up on their dream, their creative passion, because they didn't hit some arbitrary deadline that they picked in their mind. And they didn't like make it by that deadline. So an example would be somebody moving to Los Angeles because they really want to be an actor. They're passionate about acting and they want to be an actor. And they give themselves like a 2-year deadline. Like if I'm not rich and famous and like acting in a movie across from Tom Cruise or whoever in 2 years, I'm gonna pack it up. I'm gonna quit acting forever. I'm gonna pack it up and I'm gonna move back home and just like get a job working for an insurance company or something. No offense about anybody in the insurance industry. I have a lot of friends. I used to work in insurance, sort of. But you know what I mean? Like I'm just using the example there of like what they really want to do is be an actor. And so they move to LA and they like go for it. And then they aren't hugely successful in their arbitrary timeline that they set. And then they quit it forever, and then they go do something that they don't want to do. That's what I should have said. I shouldn't have said insurance, because some people really like working for insurance companies, I guess. I did at times. Anyway, that's a whole other story. But so that's just my thing, is like I get so scared when people do use that term, because I feel like it's an artificial concept. Like it doesn't exist. Like we're creating it all in our minds. I mean, if you're saying like, I want to make X number of dollars per year from my art, then that's fine. But usually when I ask people like what they consider making it, like if they could pick a number, like they don't have a number, like they haven't thought it through. It's like an abstract concept. So, I mean, what I said to Nikki, cause I misinterpreted her, cause she's already doing what I'm saying, but what I said to Nikki, and I think it's intended for anybody who needs to connect with it, is like, if you love doing something, just my advice is do it until you don't love it anymore. Like just do it. Don't attach yourself to some arbitrary timeline. Like just say, I'm gonna do this because I love it, and I'm gonna do it until I don't love it anymore. And I've really moved on. Not that I still love it, I still wanna do it, but I've decided that I didn't reach some level of success that I decided on, really. I might have gotten it from somebody else, but I decided that that's the right definition for me. And I didn't do it in this timeline that I picked. And therefore, I'm gonna stop doing this thing I love and only do things I don't wanna do instead. Just like, don't do that to yourself. You know, just like let yourself do something, because you can do anything. And I feel like people say that and it's a cliche, but it's really true. Like, just as an example, if you want to be an actor, now, especially with our technology, like you can find people who want to act and make YouTube videos. even if you have a full-time job and you have children and all that, like you can get together for 2 hours on a weekend, once every couple of months even, if that's all you have. And like, you know, instead of watching Netflix or whatever you do sometimes to tune out, like just go make a video with your friends. If you don't have time to write a script, do improv, you know, make it up and just shoot it. And like you can, with smartphones and everything, you can shoot it 3 times and pick your favorite clip and put it up on YouTube. And it's like, and you can post it on Instagram and Facebook and drive people to watch it. And it's like, that's acting. Like, I'm not saying that you're gonna be the greatest, most talented actor ever. Like, I'm not saying that we shouldn't make some sort of distinctions in our culture between like Daniel Day-Lewis and like some random person that just started acting yesterday. But like, people psych themselves out of doing things creative, especially that they really want to do, just because they're not Daniel Day-Lewis now. You know, like people will not take an acting class. They will not make a YouTube video because they feel like, well, I'm not Daniel Day-Lewis. What the hell am I doing acting? And it's like, if you love acting and you want to do it, just freaking do it. Like if you want to sing, you don't have to go on American Idol or you know, The Voice or America's Got Talent. You can, if that's your thing, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But like, the thing that amazes me about The Voice and shows like that, it's like it's like this incredible hurdles that these gatekeepers put in front of you, that you have to make it through this round of the audition, this round of the audition, this round of the audition, and you got to make this cut this week and this cut this week. And I mean, those shows have a lot of value for the people that participate in them. Like I don't watch a lot of those shows, but I've seen people grow and all that. But it's just like, but if you think in your head, and I know people that do this, like they'll watch America's Got Talent or The Voice or, you know, whatever, and they'll be like, I'm not that good, so I'm never gonna sing. And it's like, dude, like you could put on a concert for your 3 closest friends who will love you no matter what, and you could pick out your 3 favorite songs and learn them and sing them for them, and you would have a blast. So to not do that thing that makes you happy just because you don't think you're good enough to get on The Voice or America's Got Talent, that's crazy to me. But that's like I feel like that's the American culture of this age that we live in. And so I'm just like, I just personally, for me, I don't think about making it anymore. I just don't use that term. I don't, you know, people try using it with me and like, oh, you think you're gonna make it as a band? And I'm like, what I try to focus on, and I know what they're talking about. Like, they're like, do you think you're gonna be on the cover of like a really famous magazine? Do you think you're gonna make millions of dollars? Do you think you're gonna play Madison Square Garden? All these things, you know, all these like, you know, watermarks or whatever. But what I try to focus on, and I wanna be successful, I'm not gonna try to fool you, I'm not gonna bullshit you. Like, I totally wanna make money from it. You know, I totally wanna be in front of as many people as possible. I wanna play venues where I can play for way more people. But the thing I try to do, and I don't do it perfectly at all, is I try to be present and like be grateful for what I've got. Like, I have a good day job right now, and I'm super grateful for that. And I get to rehearse with Gabe every weekend, and I have a blast. We have so much fun. Now we have the podcast, we're making videos, we're doing stuff for Instagram. It's so fun. And we have other stuff we have to do in our life, but like, we're having fun. So it isn't just for the future. Like, yes, we want to be more successful, but we're having fun right now. Like, when we play our show at the Federal Bar in whatever it is, May 17th in North Hollywood here, like, we're not gonna have 200 people at that show. Like, we're not that well known. You know, like our booking agent, Donovan, you know, we need to bring a minimum of 20 people to cover the costs of everything. And we may not bring, I mean, it will probably bring 20 people, but it might be close. You know, like, we're not well known. But the thing is, like, I don't want to be on stage at that show thinking like, oh my gosh, like, you know, here we are. We've been doing this for a few years now, and we only have, you know, 19 people here. We're failures, or we haven't made it. And like, when are we gonna make it? If I'm thinking that all the way through the show and after the show and talking to people, and like, I'm missing my life. I'm missing this thing that gives me joy. If I just focus on the fact that, oh my God, I am healthy, I have all my arms and hands and feet and eyes and ears still work. I live in a time where I can just buy an amp at Guitar Center for $500 and take my guitar and take it to this bar And just because I put some songs on, our SoundCloud or whatever, and have some YouTube videos, they will let, our friend Donovan will let us get up and play for whoever's there for 45 minutes, songs we wrote, and have people clap and everything. Like, that's amazing. Like, that's amazing in and of itself. But I feel like I just get in the conversation with people so much, and I understand it. I'm way less judgy than I used to be. But I get into this conversation with people about, like, well, have you made it, or what's your plan for making it, or whatever. And I just feel like in my heart right now, I'm like, I'm having the time of my life. And yes, I want to play for more people, but I don't want to be thinking about playing for more people when I'm playing for people who spent money to see us, who took time out of their schedules, who fought LA traffic on a Friday night, for crying out loud, to come see us, So anyway, I'm just like, if you want to do something in your life, just know that you can. There's a way. I want to kind of take a little chunk out of this. Like, I feel like it's a pandemic. It's a mental pandemic in America that people talk themselves out of doing things they want to do. Because they say, well, I work so much, I don't have time, or I can't afford it, I got to do I got a mortgage, all these other things. Like, all of those things, I swear to you, there's a way. There's a way. And it might be difficult. They might be shuffling some stuff around, but there's a way to do it. And like, just don't not do what you love because you're scared that you won't make it. Don't quit what you love just because you hit some arbitrary deadline and you haven't made it. Like, just keep doing it as long as you love it. I mean, the worst thing that can happen is you just have fun and enjoy it while you're doing it. And if you never get famous and you never get rich, and you'll just have fun doing it. And I just feel like that's so important in life. There's a lot of rich people that are super happy. I'm not gonna bullshit you. I'm not in the bullshit business. But there's plenty of people that are rich that are really unhappy. Money alone, success alone. I mean, we can do all these stories about like, oh, does fame just make you instantly happy? Does it get you a lot of privilege in life? Does it make a lot of cool things happen? Yes, of course. But does it make you truly happy on the inside? We already know the answer to that. You don't have to look very far at all. Just look at, all the celebrities that have had all these like really disastrous things happen. We're all human. We're all just trying to like love each other and be happy. So anyway, I hope you resonated with that. I hope this video reaches somebody who's just like either ready to quit what they love or not even trying to do what they love because they're just so scared of like this making it thing. Like, what if I don't make it? Like, what if I work at it for 10 years, I don't make it? It's like, what if you have fun for a long time? Like, what if you develop something that like, you just love it and you get to go do it and you get to be happy? Like Gabe and I, when we go to rehearsal, So that's all I got. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.